Hey guys, welcome back to the Wheat Field. Welcome back. How y'all doing? This is La T, your favorite channel messenger. We just gonna keep claiming it. Yes, we're gonna keep claiming it. Doesn't matter what the numbers say. It's what about you feel in your heart, Ashe. Yes, and I feel that I am your favorite channel messenger. And I hope you guys are having a great day. Welcome to the wheat field. Welcome, y'all's wheat. How y'all doing? Welcome to the wheat field. Welcome. If you knew, welcome to you too. We are sipping on a little bit of coffee. Nothing particularly special today, just some espresso coffee with some cream, some homemade whipped cream, a little dash of cinnamon. And yeah, hopefully we get some energy, some feel good going on, and see what the cars got to say. So if y'all in for a ride, stick around. I hope you vibe. If you vibe, subscribe. Hit the little like button and the thumbs up, and maybe share it if you care about it. You know what I mean? If you want to come in on a daily and get this spill, hit the bell. Y'all know how it go. It could be slow, y'all. It could start out like cold Crisco. We had to bring these pieces together. Bring them together. I got a disclaimer for you too, but I got to get a sip before we do that. Bless this nest. Bless it. Thank you, Father. Yeah, so like I said, guys, your favorite channel messenger. Yes, I am a channel messenger, and I message with the Most High God, the infinite intelligence of the all, and the breath of life. Yes. We have ancestors and sometimes some other little spirits running around here too, because the spirits are always around us. We are always surrounded. But we generally, block them out, ban them out, bind them up and cast them aside, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. And, that is what it is. We are not religious. We are not. We are spiritual, highly spiritual. We do everything in a spirit. We do. And right now we have been in conflict in the spirit. We have, yes. Because there are a lot of energies that roam to and fro, right? And I feel like I've been going through a Job syndrome. Like where, the Most High God will allow things to come into your space, into your environment, and do things to test you, etc. And you have to kind of get through the test. Now, I've been having conversations and getting a spiritual spanking and all kind of stuff, and just learning and growing in the spirit with my gift, everything. And yeah, it's been an interesting week. So I'm not really for sure who else have had an interesting week. Very strange energy. Of course, we're seeing reports of them, the government, and doing a little thing and all kind of stuff, propaganda coming out, and people are starting to say, aha, remember we said and this was going to happen and this, that, and the other. So that's kind of weird. Talking about portals of energy, like gateways and doorways opening up, and more energies coming in and being attracted to this space. I don't know, I hear the word dispatched, so that could be a whole thing as well. We definitely had the star come out, the star card, faith, creativity, like maybe you're a star and you have to make a choice, or it's just spirits in the judgment. We can go there with it too. Like, and that's the challenge, So maybe, judgment is a challenge. Like, and I have been having an issue with judgment. Like, what energy is sitting with me? And what is it attempting to do? Like, what is its motivation? What is its motivation? Because the fallen spirits, they can tell the truth. I mean, they will tell the truth, but of course it's inconsistent and sporadic, and most of the time it's not the truth. Because they are here to cause confusion and chaos and disillusionment. So to feel like you are sitting with the spirit, yeah, we landed on the death card, so that's the energy. And we got moving forward, and we have a spiritual counselor with the Hierophant. So that's a good thing. We got the Lovers too. Spirit wanted me to show that card. The Lovers. So something coming together. Something to mesh with a purpose. It's either going to be this. Is it this? The Lovers with the Hierophant. So coming together in purpose, I feel. And I feel like the star is guiding something, like some sort of energy. Let me get this pushed back so y'all can see. I do it every day. Hi, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Yeah, so we got the Hierophant right here. It's going in the challenge towards the future, like you are climbing up that way, I feel. Moving up that way. Chariot into movement into this Hierophant. Death to something else, though. What is the death card? Spirit says this is a death to old ways. Should this be here? No. Where does it go? Over here. Okay. So, that's interesting. So, death to old ways. Start potential creativity. Using your judgment in that way is a challenge to move you forward into this new journey. Like, again, I feel spiritual counselor, spiritual guidance. And we were talking about this yesterday, so I don't know if the readings are related. No, there's more than one. It's like, I feel like there's a lot of people that are being awoken. I don't even like using woke culture's hashtag for something else, I say. Anywho, we ain't talk about it. But spiritual counseling, like I said, it feels like somebody, do you want something out of here? It's being activated. Ooh, we should get the light activation. No, okay, maybe not. Gateway activation? No. Light worker? No. Starseed? No. Okay. Just wanted to ask. Sea of Emotions is here. Somebody is emotional. I was feeling that for sure. Like, and I was starting with that, like the energy is all over the place. I saw 0002. That's like the start of a new cycle. The end of old soul is here. You know, maybe you are old soul and somebody is, you know, back on a mission. You know, that's how I feel too. I know that it has been told to me that this is definitely not my first manifestation here. I'm an old soul recreated in this space. Again, we got 777 just popped up. 7779311. That right there. Teacher, learning. That's what that Hierophant right there. What's blooming? Yeah, what's blooming? Something. But we got ego just came out. Yeah. Somebody. Do they have an ego? No. Do you want that card? No. Love heals all. That's another good energy. Love heals all. But I don't feel like that's what this message is. Because sometimes the Father saw wrong time. And look, leave the past behind. We just had a message. The Spirit said you're going to have to put a death to old stuff. Do you want me to get this? It's stuck. Okay. Leave the past behind. You want this one too? Somebody has some issues with trust and loyalty, or you're looking towards trust and loyalty. Like maybe that's not, you've been having issues with that. Like people either have not given you trust and loyalty, or that's what your focus is right now. Father say yes, your focus is that. Moody is here. This card has been coming up. Behind Moody was false person. We got Taurus just popped up. So it could be somebody that's an earth sign. It could be something about a Taurus in general. Maybe they not, but maybe they just an earth sign. Or maybe you somebody that needs to get grounded, like to touch the earth. Or you have like that stubborn, headstrong, and that's Taurus too. They have a tendency to be very, what they call trustworthy, like bullish and stubborn. Not like bullying, but like I am loyal, and I am Uh, when I say I got your back, and that's it. Somebody looking for connections, that's here. And we got fall into place as well. Looking for connections, fall into place. Their universe is inside of you, and something is in your energy field. Yeah, and I was saying that something's definitely in my energy field. And I always say that the universe is inside of you. You have the power. That's what's on this side. You have the power to save you. You do. But again, the past issue might be a thing, because right behind that is refusal to let go. So maybe somebody is not, somebody is having a difficult time letting things go. We got illusions right here too. Just popped up. Illusions. Do you want that here? Okay. Yeah, so a death to illusions, death to old shit might be making you emotional. Or maybe you don't feel much of nothing, because Sea of Emotions did come down on the table in reverse. So maybe, yeah, your emotions might be on this. They might be on pause. Like, you might feel like everything is on pause. Again, refusal to let go is right back out. Refusal to let go. So, very interesting energy. And that's going to be difficult for a lot of people, considering. You want something else out of here? This one, this side? It's going to be difficult for a lot of people, considering that, like, think of it, it just crack open like Independence Day. Me and my daughter was talking about that yesterday. Like, what if it's just like, you walk outside and all of a sudden it's this huge craft that you cannot deny. Like, many of us who actually watch the sky have been seeing lights in the sky that move like forever. Like, I could just sit outside and watch it like it's a meteor show, but it's not a meteor show, because the trajectory of the craft and the way that it's going. I watched them follow airplanes. Like, you can see it. It's visible, like, to the naked eye, to just be able to see it. Yeah, for months, that's for sure. We've been watching that shit for months. But we know that the powers that be, they know that it's different types of crafts. We cannot be the only beings. Think about it. Creation is huge. You think that human beings on Earth is the only live, sentient, animated beings in existence? Come on now. I think that's like hella egocentric to think that we are the only sentient life in creation. Like, yeah, somebody feel delayed, depressed. You do. That's that mood. That's what I was saying. Feeling when Sea of Emotions, and I felt like your emotions were on pause, like feeling depressed. And I definitely been picking up somebody in the Four of Cups type of energy, where you don't want anything that to come into you. Yeah. Shocking is here. Maybe you went through something shocking, or just when them alien spacecrafts come outside and we be like, then everybody gonna be shocked to see, like, oh, it's really for real, right? We got Live Out Loud. Here is another energy. So maybe once you get through the death of all this old stuff, it's gonna have you the ability. You want this one too, to live out loud. Speak Now is also here. So again, that's that spiritual guidance. Like, maybe you're gonna be a speaker. We see teaching and learning. So maybe, again, we got a Cancer. Cancer to me is another sign. That's like that water sign that's very emotional, very nurturing, very, mothery type of energy. They are the most emotional, intuitive sign in the zodiac. Cancers, Pisces, Scorpios are pretty intuitive too. Yeah. We got Believing Wishes. That's here. But, maybe you're trying to manifest something. Do you want anything else in here? No. Do you want this card now? No. Okay. But just to talk about it. Yeah. So, a couple of things. How did that come out? I told you this energy has been crazy. It's like, and then been asking and praying like to block things out, to seal my channel, and it just hasn't been working. I don't know. Again, I feel like it's like the Job syndrome, right? Where the Most High will allow certain things to come upon you, to afflict you, to test your resolve, to test this right here, your trust, to test your trust, to test your loyalty, to test your stability. Are you spiritually stable? I feel, and I could tell you now. I mean, look, your girl is still growing in this area. It's certain things that I'm supposed to do from a self-care standpoint. That when I get upset, baby, it's very likely that I will go back to those old things that I thought I had left behind and engage simply because I'm feeling a certain kind of way. Yeah, and that happens. Do you want this out? Can I put it up? Okay. But to learn how to trust in the spirit despite what's going on was the lesson of Job, right? Job had everything come upon him, from like losing his livelihood to his everything to kids, I believe, and illness and sickness, like all of that. Magician. This right here, the magician. But I feel a lot of manipulating spirits, yeah. And how are you manifesting is a thing too. We've been talking about, the faith, temperance, patience, faith, trusting your loyalty. We got the hermit wanting to pop out. The hermit, being guided in the spirit, letting your spirit guide you, is definitely a delay. Here, somebody is being held up for something. The cards over here. Which ones? This guy? Okay. So, yesterday we chopped the table up and we still got all of these cards out. And I haven't put them back on the shelf where they belong. Just haven't did it. So I need to set some of this stuff out of the way. So, Spirit brought us to the Guide to Loving Yourself book. I don't even think we finished our disclaimer. It brought me to a passage in this book, Squirrel. So the disclaimer. So we said we're highly spiritual, not religious at all, right? But we read world theologies, like, we try to get our hands on as many theologies as we can, put them on our list. And we've been collecting and reading for a couple of decades now. So that's the thing. And we look at biology, astronomy, like I said, the watching the sky, what does our universe do? What does it say? Our bodies, the nature, our plane, the planet. And we bring all those pieces together. Yes, thank you, Father. We bring all those pieces together and let the Father speak. We shall live by every word that proceeds out of the Father's mouth, and not just chosen words that come out of one specific text or area or another. We try to bring all the pieces together and let it speak. Hence, the other spirits, they do speak, and there is something to learn from that. And I'm being drawn, it's right here sitting on top. It's something to learn from that. 777 777 93 11. Keep hearing that. But yeah, and to be able to listen to what those spirits have to say, or the lessons that the tears bring to your life, is highly critical. It's another way that we learn, like the depth of ourself, our trust in the spirit, that loyalty to the spirit space, and your stability in the spirit. Yes, I'm really feeling that. I bet you it's not even right out. No. Yes, oh, here it is. So, trust, loyalty, and stability. Teacher, student, teaching and learning, right? All at the same time. So all of us have a spiritual journey. We all have a spiritual walk. And however you choose to pattern your walk is just your choice. Whether your pattern or your walk is in Christianity, whether it's Buddhism, Hinduism, um, you name it, it is. Whether you're just a natural path, a person who believes in just nature and science, or if you are agnostic or even atheist, where you just believe in your highest self, all of them are, in my essential, in my existential existence. So I feel like all of them exist along the same pathway, is what is being said. No. Is that a name? What is it? Oh, it's a deity, an evil energy. Not a deity. No. Energy. Yes. Over there. Okay. Because I knew I hadn't heard that before. Right. No, I haven't. Are they new? No, not. They're very old. Yes. Are they new in my space? Yes. Is that why I feel different? Yes. Is there a certain prayer to bind them? Yes. Can you reveal that prayer onto me? Yes. Now? No. Okay. So, thank you. So like I'm saying, it's like, for one, for that, the Job syndrome squirrel, right? How things will be allowed into your space or into your environment, into your life for teaching, for learning, for growth, to test your loyalty, your trust, your stability, right? To see, for one, me cannot recognize that it is something different, that it is not, it is an energy that seeks to distort, basically. I can't say not of the Most High because everything is from the Most High. It is acting in the purpose of the Most High, the will, yes, yes it is, because the Most High sent it or designed it to do its thing, and it is a part of the potentiality of the all. Like anything can potentiate, and it does, and everything that does potentiate is a possibility, a range of the Most High. Is this energy affecting me? Is it, what is it? Slow down. Slow down. Okay. So, what I'm trying to say to get it out clear, of course, the Job syndrome, the Most High will allow your gate to stay open, and energies can come in and they can have an impact only up to a certain point, because only the Father itself takes life and gives life. So life and death is with the Father at its will, at its discretion, and however they come about, right? But those energies can be bound out. You can lock them out and seal them out, or the Most High will allow it to afflict you. We have Job, example of that. We have Saul, that's another example, right? And to show, of course, the word also says that the Most High God created all things good and evil. So you may be going through a situation for the sake of learning, specifically to teach you so that you can teach, to grow you, to deepen your trust, to deepen your loyalty, to make you stable, I feel. To make you stable. And I'm telling you, I know I'm not. So, sitting in the doorway of the plane was surreal for me. Somebody in the doorway, in the gap. One that would allow me to break through years of pain, leaving old shit behind. At that moment, before I jumped, going forward, keep your eyes open. And with a silent prayer, I told myself, keep your eyes open. And with a silent prayer, I leapt from the doorway. In an instant, I knew with certainty that I would never be the same after this experience. Yet, as ecstatic as I was, I chose not to tell anyone why I had jumped. I thought it would be best to keep it to myself. But bringing me to this part. You want more? Up until that point, I had not shared my inner journeying experience with anyone. Religious or spiritual stuff still made me a little uncomfortable. How is that? We were just talking about somebody being on a religious journey or a spiritual journey. Yes, I didn't realize that in not sharing this, I was hiding my true self, my real self. People around me knew that something was going on in my life, but I didn't disclose the driving force behind the changes that they were seeing. It just seemed easy to keep things quiet. Stop. Okay. So, do you want this back out? No, you can put it here. Or you want it here. So, a spiritual journey. Growing in the spirit, you're changing, things are looking different, and people don't understand why they don't, because you're not really sharing all of your journey with other people. And I believe that you're still working on leaving old stuff behind, like standing in the doorway in that gap before you get ready to make the leap. I feel like you're still on the other side of the door, like not really coming through to cross the threshold quite yet, but you will, because we saw that chariot card moving forward into a spiritual teacher, a spiritual guide, a counselor right here. And this, my card says teacher student, but I actually feel like you're probably still in the student phase and you haven't yet become a teacher because you have not yet started to speak out. You have not yet come out. I want this one. You have not yet started to do that. Touch my nose, yeah. And maybe you do have the power to save people or to help them. Not save them like from a religious, spiritual standpoint, well, maybe. But this is what I'm saying. Not like, oh, come to me so that you can be saved. No, it is, if you come and seek, then the advice that you are able to give to people will help them in their journey, and you never know what that does for others. It will be the teacher student type of situation where you're learning and growing, and then you're sharing and sharing what you've learned, and that sharing will help people save themselves. I believe it will help people save themselves. Yeah. Anything else, Father? Conscious spirit or wisdom? Conscious. Okay. Now look. And we literally did a chop it up session on Facebook yesterday. Thank you, Father, so much. You want this? Spirit guides. Look at that. Spirit guides. I feel like that's what you are. You're going to help guide people in the spirit. The Hierophant, again, a spiritual counselor. I open my heart to my guides and trust in the wisdom they share with me. I know that I have spirit guides that come to guide me, to bring me and to show me and to teach me, to help me, right? To guide me in the way that I'm supposed to go. But are we able to trust that? No. Because there's a lot of stuff that comes, and to really, really know what energy is with me, what energy is giving me advice that I might share out to the wheat field, you know, sometimes it could be like, who are you? And when I question it and it's telling me, yeah, something evil, I don't want to deliver a message from that space. But I've learned that they do speak and there is something to be said. But how do you discern the truth and making sure that what I'm delivering is truth, that they are speaking truthful, because they don't always lie. They don't. People think that, but they don't. Heart chakra. Trust, loyalty, stability, heart chakra. I love myself and others unconditionally and nurture loving relationships. What is that? Is it relationships with other we? No. Is it relationships with self? Yeah. So maybe we, in this time, is to nurture and love on yourself, to increase your self-love and self-care. This one, this, to increase your self-love and self-care. And that has been coming out. It's been a thing. Sorry, Sasha. That has been a thing this week that we saw in one reading to the same card. Well, the card came out twice, which was remember to practice self-care. It was in this deck right here. The Believe in Your Own Magic. Remember to practice self-care. And we have Forest Frolic of Maiden. I acknowledge my inner child and open my heart to the joy she brings. So again, self-care. That's another heart chakra card. Earth Angel is here. Again, maybe you're somebody that's been here before, right? I know that I am not in my first manifestation. I'm not. I'm a recreated being. So, with that being said, people usually have some, not only are we here to learn, but at that point, depending on how many times you've been here, how many iterations, what you've come to do, maybe your spirit guides are showing you that you're supposed to be a teacher. You're supposed to be a leader, like a spiritual guide, to help people come in through their journey so that they can rise, that they can ascend. That's a whole work to do. But while you're doing that, you're also learning. You're on a double mission, right? And that is to deepen your trust and your loyalty and your own stability in self, right? Into what your spirits are saying. So your spirits are trying to guide you into a way that's going to generate more trust, more loyalty, more stability. To help you love yourself too. Unconditional love for self, right? Unconditional love for self. So you have the power to save. Here, third eye chakra. That's that wisdom. Using your intuition. Using your intuition to help people. Because you are an earth angel. Again, if people believe, but they don't always believe, they don't. They feel like, there's something attacking my throat chakra. Please clear it. Thank you. Thank you. I see the wisdom of my higher self and I apply this wisdom to my life, right? People believe, but then they don't believe. It's like we believe that the Most High God, for one, we believe, mix things up. And I'm going to say some things because, again, that I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. So I may say some shit that's going to piss you off. I could say some shit that make you want to click off. I could say shit that's going to challenge your belief system. But it's all in goodness. It's all in love. And it's all about having the conversation. It's like, let's talk about these things. Why can't we not just talk about it? We see people all the time get so upset and so offended over words. Like, that's just my opinion. It's what I've come to learn. It's what's been revealed onto me. You want to talk about this? I embrace the element of air, and I am open to all the knowledge and wisdom. Elemental air. When I hear air, I think about the breath. I think about the breath of life that animates and connects all things. And that's a part of the conversation. We are all connected as beings. We are. We are all pieces of creation, pixels, pixels of the source of the Most High God. If the Most High God made all things created, He made them good and evil, then everything is from the Most High God and everything is connected in creation. The evil ones, the fallen ones, they who choose not to repent, who choose not to kneel, they're from the Most High. The Most High God made all things. It made every messenger that came to bring the reminder of who and what we are, because we forget. We get reincarnated in this space, a newly recreated beings. I'm not here. I'm on a new mission. It's not. I've been here before. So when we say, yeah, that baby done been here before, that baby done been here before, like, it's real. But again, that's that belief and non-belief working at the same time. We don't believe in the obvious that's right in front of our face because we see with this instead of seeing with this. That's that third eye activation. So one of the things that we argue about is whose messenger is the way, right? Instead of getting the message, we get wrapped around who is the messenger. But every messenger came and said that it is the Father that sent me. But people still praise the messenger. I see all the time where people wrap up the Most High God and Jesus like they the same person, and they not. I mean, Jesus never said that He created anything, nothing. Gave all praise due to the Father that sent Him. Like, it's my Father, it's my Father, it's my Father. You don't see any word or any whole testimony from that messenger itself. Every testimony is from somebody else. It's all third-party knowledge, secondhand. You don't know what we don't know. And a part of the mystery of life and unraveling these messages is to be able to look at the spectrum. What happened then, all the way through now, what happens here, because the word will show itself approved. It will. Seek ye diligently, right? To be diligent in your seeking. That's why I read from multiple texts. Not only do I have multiple Christian Bibles, but I have other teachings, secret teachings, things that are not readily shared. We got teachings through the ages. We got, just on my desk, I got numerology, Tibetan Book of the Dead, how to make a Negro a Christian, because we have to see how Christianity was disseminated in the United States particularly, or across the globe, because we have to remember that Christianity was not, at one time, was not the major religion. It was forced upon a lot of people. I told you I could say some shit to piss you off, make you want to click off, but it's just stay, hang out, right? We have to remember that the Crusades happened. Yes, the Spanish Inquisition happened. We're talking about when the religion sectors changed and people were not accepting of that religion because they knew that it was distorted, it was disillusion, that there was some dark psychology associated. But it's been so long removed that we don't even think about those things that really happened. And how did this get kicked off? We got the secret teachings of the ages right here. We have another one about where did Buddhism start? Like, where did that come from? This one right here is another good one. It's like, where did the theology start? How did people start writing it down? And some of these books can cost $100 to $1,000 because the price of knowledge. We know that Google search engines and all of that stuff only gives you a limited amount of data. If you want real knowledge, you gotta buy the books. You gotta go search for the books and find them. Here's another one. ancient science and the nature of the human soul. And it tells us the same thing that our other books say, that your soul, your spirit self come first. You are duality. You are spiritual and physical at the same time. So are we a soul essence, a spiritual being riding around in a physical vessel, a vehicle? Yeah, we are. Does this vehicle bring in data that I can discern in a computing system in my mind, the brain? Yes, it does. Is this where my mind is? No, my mind is here. This is just the brain. It's a CPU. It's a central processing unit. These eyes right here bring in light data. This is sound resonance. I mean, we smell and taste with our mind. This right here not only protects the innards, but I can feel sensation. It's a warning system. It tells me when something's hot, something's cold. I pick up, very slight frequencies and changes in my environment through my skin. I mean, it's an amazing vessel and vehicle that we're in, but we still think that this is self, like it's an identity, and it's not. You are in here, truly. And that person, that entity that's riding around in this vessel has to be in this vessel to survive in this plane. But that doesn't mean that it can't exist in another form or a different type of vessel on a different plane. Hence, how we got aliens floating around here. We call them aliens. They just other beings, other entities made by the Most High God. Why? Who said that the Most High God only made us? I believe that text says that the story on Earth. It didn't say nothing about nothing everywhere else. It talked about our plane. That's it. So third eye chakra. I see the wisdom of my highest self and apply the wisdom to my life. A nurturing heart. I talked about mothering yourself. You need to mother yourself. I am a protective spirit and reach out to all life with love and compassion. All life. I reach out to all life with love and compassion. I believe that every energy has a right to exist, to be. To say that it doesn't means that the Father itself does not have a right to exist. And who has the authority to say that? None. Because the Most High God made everything, good and evil, made everything in existence. So if it exists for a purpose, for a reason, and that reason is unto the will of the Most High God. We can't claim it. I can't judge it. It's not my place to judge it. It's usefulness. It's purposefulness. Why is it here? Not my call. For teaching to learn. It's to help us learn, to help us grow. You don't learn nothing without the lesson. And any lesson that you learn starts out hard until you master the lesson. Like it feel like, and why do I? Because it's important for your growth and for your ascension. Why am I why is my gate open? So that I can learn, so I can grow. It's testing my trust. It's testing my loyalty, my stability, I feel. Stability. And that's definitely something that I need to improve on. I can no longer continue to respond to the problems of today by using tactics from the past. Things that would soothe me, things that will pacify me while I'm upset, because I'm just upset because I don't understand the why. Do I do it? Yeah, I do. And it's something that I have to learn and grow through. I have the power to change that. I have the power to change myself, to save myself. I do. And to use my wisdom. That's the wisdom that's being brought to me. My intuition is a whole thing. You see, she closed her eyes and the third eye is open, the one that actually see. The two that don't see anything but the distortion, the Maya, they don't see nothing but Maya. They don't see nothing but the disillusion, the veil. That's what they bring in. But to open up your third eye where you can see, truly see, to be able to see you at your essence, your spirit self is the truth. And if I could do that, then I can have love and appreciation for every energy. Every energy. Because I'm not your maker. No, none of the messengers are your maker. None of them. Only thing that made you was the Father itself. You are a piece of the Father, as were they. So no, the worship doesn't go on to the messengers. I don't praise the messenger. I praise the Most High God that created us all, that made all of creation. And that's a difference. It's a big difference. Because again, many will be deceived. Many will be deceived. Why? Because if you follow after the messenger, just somebody who's speaking to you and you praise that messenger, then they could lead you anywhere. And if you don't have any knowledge, like the ancient knowledge, one, how many of the old libraries that held the ancient knowledge have been destroyed? Like burnt out all the way up until like 2013. Have libraries, ancient libraries, still have been being destroyed, like burning them down. Why do you think that is? So that we don't know stuff like this, ancient science, the origin of, like, how does all this stuff come together? I was going to say the origin of ourself, our soul. You know, how did we get here? How did we develop? How did we evolve? When did it happen? Because we know for sure it's not 2023. It's not. That's not the real date. That's not, all this shit is fake. It's all made up. It's all an illusion to keep you from seeing the truth, that you have the power. The power resides in you. You have the power. Your intuition guides you. That third eye chakra, I see the wisdom of my higher self. And I apply this wisdom to my life. If you could do that and trust and become stable, like in that, like trusting all the time. Trusting. Loving yourself unconditionally first. Because the development of your spirit self, your learning for your ascension is pivotal. It's the place where we come here to do that work and to help each other, to be in this teacher-student type of role, to help each other. Why do you think that people always feel so compelled to give you their opinion? People always feel compelled to give you their opinion. They ready to tell you how to do your life before they even got a handle on theirs. They ain't even got a handlebar on their life, their bike of life. But they want to tell you how to ride yours out. I'm going to get a slip. Bless this nest. You do that shit, they gonna have you slipping up, having you slipping, falling, can't get up. I said I'm slipping, falling, can't get up. Get back on my feet so I can tear shit up. That's how I feel right now. Like somebody is working to leave the past behind, changing old ways, get into a whole new cycle to put a death to that shit so that they can get back on their feet so you can tear shit up. And when you get on your feet, that's what's gonna happen. Because you will have learned, you will gain some trust in self. Be, loyal to yourself. First and foremost, we be talking about loyalty. Loyalty. Most people not even loyal to themselves. How am I gonna promise loyalty to you when I can't be loyal to me first? How am I gonna promise you unconditional love when I don't even love myself unconditionally? How am I gonna be stable with you when I'm not stable with me? Like today I'm up and tomorrow I'm down. I mean, like, and how I handle the ups and downs is all over the damn place. Because life is going to do up and down. Anytime your line is like this, it's flat line, is DED, like out of there, unalive. Nobody is flatline. Nobody is like this, monotone. It's not, it's this. It's waves. It's frequency to this shit. It's up and down. You're gonna learn. You're gonna go through hard times where shit is coming at you and it's been allowed to come at you to grow you so that you can ascend, because you need that fuel to take off. How are you gonna get the fuel if you don't go through the fire? You gotta go get it. Or it's gonna be brought to you. You're gonna be sitting over there minding your pretty little business, going on with your pretty self. Handsome king, I see you. Go ahead on, brother. Get so debonair and fine. Stop. Okay. Look, y'all. But how are you gonna get the fuel if people don't come to you with the bullshit? With their unsolicited bullshit? Whether it's opinions, because everybody got one, like elbows and assholes, okay? They got opinions, they got thoughts, they got advice, they got little snippets and quotes and all that shit they want you to lead and live by. But what are they living by? Everybody mind your business and get that down and master that. And I mean, as you master a piece and somebody seeking is a thing, seek diligently. If you out there looking for, like her, when a student is ready, the teacher will arrive. When the student is ready, the teacher will arrive. So if you are a teacher, you ain't got to be out there looking for people to teach and knocking on people's doors. And, that's why people can't stand them when they come and knocking on the door. They hiding and shit. Like, I didn't ask you to come over here. I wasn't even looking for that. You walking down the street and somebody shouting your ear down with a bullhorn trying to tell you a certain thing. People don't respond to that. But if I'm looking for it, if I've already asked a question in my heart, my mind is desiring to know a certain thing, like I prayed, please reveal onto me how to do this thing. I'm asking, I'm saying that I'm ready for the information. And now that I'm ready, the information will come to me. But you have to make it up within self to know that you are ready to receive. How are you ready to receive unconditional love, trust, and loyalty and stability from a whole nother person, a whole nother entity? By becoming it yourself. You will draw it into you. You will pull it into you. And that's just the way the law of attraction works. You attract what you are, not just what you want. Bless this nest. Bless business. I love myself and others unconditionally and nurture loving relationships. The first relationship is self. Me, myself, and I is all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And everybody know that shit because you came in this piece by yourself and you gonna go out by yourself. I wouldn't care if you died on a train crash. Thank you, God, for blessing all of those people who may have been affected by these recent events. Keep them safe. Keep them safe. Give them their provision, that which they need to recover. Thank you, Father. Yes, in your name, according to your authority, we ask that you do it. So mote it be, Ashe. Yes. If you don't take care of you, but you accept it or what other people do for you, then you could always feel like a lack. Like I don't have this or I don't have that or they didn't. Like that 4 cups. Like I don't, 5 of Pentacles. Feeling left out. But if you love on yourself fully, you will not only teach people how to treat you, you won't allow certain people to come into your life that's not gonna do, that's gonna treat you anything to the contrary. You're gonna be like, to what? No, instant block. I could discern what it is. That don't feel right. Can't come over here. Nope, can't come over here. And then pray about it. What is it that's going on that's allowing these things to come into my life? What am I supposed to be learning from it? What am I supposed to be getting from it? And then what do I do with it? How do I transmute it? How do I use it to raise myself up, to fuel my own ascension? Because it's about you, boo. It's about you. Your life, your manifestation is about you, your learning, your growing, your giving, getting into your dharmic state. And once you get into your dharmic state, you'll be serving that out back onto creation in this capacity right here. Nurturing. Nurturing. I am a protective spirit and reach out to all life with love and compassion. When you can love yourself unconditionally, you can love other people. You won't place judgment on them. Oh, they should be this and they should be that. We judge because we judge ourselves first. You don't accept your whole you, so you can't accept other people for they whole them. Like I said, I could say some shit that piss people off and they'll move around like that. Because we're not even able to have a difference of opinion. We can't even have deep conversations these days and sit around and think like the philosophers of the day, back in the day, used to sit around and think and ask each other deep questions and ponder these types of things. If the Most High God made everything in existence, all things that it made, then how are we having conversations about what type of woman or how many types of women there are, or just personalities and how people identify in their body, their spiritual essence versus their physical essence? When the spirit came first, right? And then correct me, anybody, if you feel like I'm wrong, but don't babies up until like 4 months of gestation, pretty much it could go either way. They could have an innie or an outie. It's based on a chromosomal combination, and we know that it's more than just two. Human science, ancient science in the human soul. We know for sure modern medicine has confirmed what has been known since the beginning of time, since human beings have existed, that there is more than just two ways that your chromosomes can connect. It ain't just an X and a Y and a Y and a Y or an X and an X. There's all kinds of different ways. Bunch of them. At least 7 different ways that those chromosomes can come together. And just because the sex on the body represents or presents itself with a vagina or a penis doesn't mean that that's exactly what I am or what I identify as. People come out with both. They could have a penis and a vagina. How you going to tell them that they can't choose? And whatever they choose has no bearing on me, on my ability to choose. It doesn't. It doesn't change just because we could take that on every level. It's people that think that I shouldn't exist because I'm a black person. What? It's people that think that they shouldn't exist because they're transgender. What? Oh no, they get to choose to be transgender. Really? Because I don't think people choose from birth to feel like they were born in the wrong vessel. That their vessel doesn't match their essence. People don't choose that life. Just like they don't choose to be homosexual. Whatever your sexuality is, it has no bearing on my personal sexuality. It doesn't. And I don't have the opportunity to judge and say what's good and what's not. I don't. It just is. If it's in existence, then the Most High God made it, and it has a purpose somehow. It's not for me to explain it. It just is. Sometimes we just have to go with the fact that it is what it is. It's not on to me to explain the why. It's not on to me to judge it and determine who has a right to exist. Because when we start saying who has a right to exist and who doesn't, that's a whole slippery road, and we done seen what that does to groups of people. Genocide for no reason at all, because people want to sit in the role of the Most High and place judgment on what should be allowed to just be and what shouldn't. As a woman with a natural vag that I have birthed children out of. I don't feel any less of a woman because transgender women exist. There's nothing about me that has changed simply because we have a focused attention on their rights. Nothing. And they've been around for eons. This is not a new phenomenon. It's something that's naturally occurring and has been occurring since ages. There are people who recognize dual spirits. Like, I can have a dual spirit. Yeah, a two-spirited person. Yep, that exists. It's just not in the way that most people practice. But does that mean it doesn't exist? No, it's a whole thing. It's people that are, okay, my thing was this. If the Most High God made man in his image and made them male and female, some people believe that the first entities were both. They were non-binary. That's a whole thing. Is that a theory that the first people were non-binary, being both male and female? Or were they two different beings, male and female? Depends on how you want to slice it, how you want to look at it. But if the Father made all things again, it is what it is. So why can't we just get into some learning and see how does it help us grow? How does it make us better? What more can we understand about self because this thing exists? Like, we know it's certain things that we don't do with nuclear fusion and atoms and shit like that because we done fucked around and blew some shit up a couple times. So yeah, we don't do that. But we have not condemned nuclear fusion or that type of work. I mean, as far as I understand, we still use it to make weapons. But we more concerned about who can use what bathroom, who could play what sport. When naturally occurring in a lot of black women in certain places that our testosterone levels are naturally high, and you could be a woman that's excluded from playing sports with other women simply because of what's going on in your body naturally, having a whole natural vagina. But people want to complain, oh, they taking advantage of sports. Really? It's discrimination in sports, and it's been like that forever. Why? Now transgender is not a whole nother layer of discrimination, but we accept it. We accept discrimination. We accept prejudice. We accept all these separatism types of theologies and theories and social concepts and constructs on the one level, all while asking for fairness and justice on the other half. How? How do you ask for justice for self when you are not willing to give justice for others? To see others the same, get off of my throat. To see others the same way that you see you. It doesn't matter to me how they identify. What matters to me is whether you are infringing upon another person's personhood. And in that way, I don't see any infringement. Nobody's stopping me from being a woman. Nobody's stopping me from accessing the resources that I need to be good, to be whole and healthy. Nothing. My day personally does not change simply because transgender women exist. If you thought about universal health care and that every person desires, that every person needs health care, it's not a desire, but they need it. What difference will it make what they get when they're at the doctor's office? Why do you care? We don't care about people getting BBLs and fake boobs. No. So why do we care if because this person turned their outie into an innie? It's all the same parts. I got ovaries and they got testicles. Okay. They got a shaft, a penile shaft, and I have a vaginal canal with a uterus at the top. Turn it inside out and what does it look like? Come on now. We not that different. Our bodies function for a reason. We come together, we make babies. If I choose not to have babies, does that make me less of a woman? What if my ovaries or my uterus didn't work? Like I was born in a state where I could not have children. Because that happens to women, like tons of women who naturally cannot have kids. That's why in vitro and all that shit exists, right? Because not every woman can have children naturally. Is that the basis of what defines me as a woman, is to have the ability to have children? Because what is the point of having ovaries and a uterus if they don't work? Did I stop being a woman at 45 when I went through menopause? I didn't. I'm just saying. I was 30 and lost the ability to have kids. Just saying. What defines being a woman? We have these red pill conversations talking about the fact that I can have a baby, and me being a female doesn't make me less than a man. I mean, or that just me just being a woman doesn't define my role, but what does? We using the same arguments against and for certain things. That's not stable. It's not consistent. Is it stable? Is it consistent? We say all the time that just because you can have kids doesn't make you a man. Well, the things that allow them to have kids is the sperm and the penis. And yet we say if you have a sperm and penis, then you a man. Which one is it? How are we defining ourselves? Or can we just let people define their own self? Like, can I just have the right to exist and to be in my own skin and to live in a way that makes me happy, provided that I'm not hurting or harming another person? And it really wouldn't matter who or what I am, being a woman or a man, transgender, male to female, female to male, or any of that shit, non-binary, they, them, all of that. If I'm hurting somebody else, if I'm a murderer, if I'm a robber, a thief, if I harm children in any kind of way. You know, being a bad person is just being a bad person. Bad behavior. Behaviors that infringe upon other energies. And it doesn't matter who I choose to love or who I choose to express myself to be. As long as I am being diligent and submissive and trusting and loyal to that which created me, why does anybody else care? Why can't you just let me be? I can just be a black woman. I could be a black man. I could choose. I mean, there's people that go around here, I mean, they ain't black as the first, but they swear to God they are. And we get upset at that. I'm brown, I'm a black woman. If I wanted to act like a white woman, somebody gonna be mad at that. Why you just can't be yourself? Well, when I'm trying to be myself, you telling me I can't be me. Like, I don't know who I am. Again, unsolicited opinion. Somebody that don't got a full handle on their own bike, but they want to tell you how to ride yours. You still got training wheels on your shit, but you want to teach me how to ride without training wheels. How? You don't even know. Because you don't know you. But you want to tell me how to be me. And that's the fuckery. And that is dark psychology. It is. It is another way to keep us from doing what we're supposed to do. Come to harmony and unity. Because creation itself is whole. Every pixel, every piece makes up the entire puzzle. It's whole. There's nothing above creation except the Father. The Father itself that made it all. And we are pixels and pieces of the Father, of the Most High God that called each and every one of us. So, no, I don't sit in judgment of others because it's not my place. This is what I do. I am a protective spirit and reach out to all life with love and compassion. Love and compassion. Because to show every other energy and entity love and compassion is to give that same love and compassion back onto the source. Because you are a piece of it. You are a pixel. So how do we say we love God in any capacity when we can't love our brothers? And I believe that is one of the pivotal things that last messenger said, is to love your brethren, love your neighbor. They didn't say only this type of neighbor or that neighbor. Love your brethren. I love you, my wheat. I love you just like I love me. And that's for everybody. So when you see people spewing hate and vitriol, remember that. They can only love you the way that they love them. And that's not love. To tell somebody they don't have the right to exist. To define another energy. Have you finished your own work? Yeah, it don't always be nice and it don't always be fun. But sometimes it's just what we need to hear. I might lose some twos and fews. I might gain some twos and fews. Don't matter, because I'm doing what I was sitting here to do. And that's pretty much that. To the next now, y'all. I love you. I love you. Happy Friday Eve. We made it towards the end of the week. Be safe on this thirsty Thursday, because y'all like to get off of work and go have them drinks. Be careful. To the next now, y'all. Ashe.